Let's talk syllabus, a little bit of logistics of the course. This is an important document to help you understand how your grade is ultimately determined, but really just sort of lays out the nuts and bolts of the course. So this is me, Dr. John Mercer. My office is, it's not BHS 218, it's 208. That's my phone number, but the best way to get a hold of me is my email address. And you can shoot me an email if you have questions. Just be sure to put KIN 346 in the subject heading, and that way I can zero in on catching that email. As many people, I get a lot of emails, and so it's just nice to have that 346 pop up in the subject so I can see that. I do have a web page. You can check that out, and I've got some other information that you'll see in just a bit. If you need to make a one-on-one appointment, you can use this link right here. And what that will do is set you up so you can schedule a time to meet that's open for me and for you as well. Now, I do have the regular Zoom meetings for this class Monday and Wednesday during class time. And you can always come into that and maybe stay afterwards as well. So know that I have that time blocked off in my schedule and always available for those windows. All right, course content. What is this course about? Well, it's mechanical analysis of internal and external forces acting on the human body and by the human body and the effects of those forces. Special emphasis on teaching motor skills in a physical education and athletic setting is given, and you will have a laboratory experience. At the end of this course, what you should be able to do is use precise, well-defined terminology to describe motion. All right, that's going to be you're going to hear me say over and over again, we need to know the terminology of biomechanics. Understand and quantify linear and angular descriptors of human movement, human motion. And you need to understand and quantify the basic causes of human movement. So these, number 2 is basically kinematics, the study of motion. And number 3 is kinetics, the study of forces causing motion. And sorry, this cat keeps finding his way in here whenever I'm talking. And finally, understand basic biomechanical factors involved with a variety of human movement. So we're good to where we're applying biomechanics to understand human performance and human movement in general. So biomechanical analysis. Prereqs, you should have had Math 124 or something higher than that. KIN 200 or 245. So some good anatomy and physiology and anatomical kinesiology background. Textbook, you are not required to get a textbook. However, I highly encourage you to go to the library and check any biomechanics textbook out. It doesn't matter which one, Hay, Hall, or this one right here, Hamill and all. It's Hamill, Kathy Knudsen, and Tim Derrick on biomechanical basis of human movement. This is a very popular book to use for other courses in our department. So that's one that you can pick up. You can pick up a used version. You can even pick up older versions as well. There's just some more information with Tim Derrick being added to the author list on instrumentation techniques. But any biomechanics textbook will do, because kinematics is kinematics, kinetics is kinetics. What you'll often find the differences between the books is which symbols they'll use to represent certain parameters and some of the examples that they use to describe the parameters at a deeper level. And therefore, it's actually good to have a couple of different books on hand. If we're doing something with angular position, it's good to read angular position information from different textbooks and you get different presentation of ideas. Class resources for you. Obviously, the Canvas page is huge. That's everything will operate through the Canvas page and all the modules. I'll have a separate video on that. I do have a YouTube channel. You can check that out. I have different playlists. I have a playlist specific for this class, as well as some other classes and then some other information. I have a playlist on here for the evidence-based triathlete podcast I do with Mr. Ted Gerard, faculty here in the kinesiology and nutrition science department as well. He comes at the topic of triathlon from a sports medicine perspective. I come at it from a biomechanics ex-phys perspective, and both of us have a large amount of experience in triathlon, and we just enjoy talking about triathlon in general. So I saved the YouTube version of that podcast on the YouTube channel, and then I also put up an audio version only to this website right here. We don't make any money off of it. We're not sponsored. It's really just for fun and really conversational. And you'll see how the philosophy of understanding kinesiology from a broad perspective is critical when we start talking about how to improve triathlon. We can't just be the world's best biomechanist. We won't get to understanding human performance by zeroing in just on one area of kinesiology. Okay, graded elements. You get 0% of your grade calculated for getting involved. All right, that means no extra credit, nothing beyond what's listed here in terms of the elements. However, I will highly encourage you to get involved in a wide variety of things. We'll have special sessions, maybe seminars. Someone will do a presentation on something related to biomechanics. And these are things that I really encourage you to get involved in outside of any graded element. You will actually learn the material at a deeper rate, and you'll be able to retain it for a longer period of time if you start going to different things and getting involved in different activities. So I even say, hey, volunteer at an athletic event. You know, Rock and Roll Marathon is in February, or there's triathlons in the fall, and you can go and volunteer for these events. And really, by watching movements and starting to think about where biomechanics is showing up in everyday life, you actually will start learning the material at, like I said, a deeper level, and maybe even participate in some type of event. All right, so that's 0%, but I will encourage you to get involved. 10% assignments. These are weekly assignments that you'll complete. They're largely built around keeping up with the video portion of this course. So I treat it very much like training for an endurance event. I like to keep a log of running in terms of if you're preparing for a marathon, and you don't try to cram in all the miles in 1 or 2 weeks before the marathon. You try to spread that out over a period of time so that you're better prepared and a stronger athlete for the event. Same thing here. We're going to really prepare for the end of the semester by doing something every week related to biomechanics. And so this weekly assignment is really geared towards keeping you on track. There's a 10% deduction grade for each late day for each assignment. 20% laboratories, you need to be registered for a lab section. And the whole idea of the laboratory experience is to help you understand lecture material at a deeper level. So that's your chance to get some hands-on experience with working with different tools or doing different types of analyses or thinking about things a little bit differently. You'll have 2 exams during the semester, exam 1 and 2. The first exam will be focused on kinematics, the second exam on kinetics. The dates for the exams are listed there. And then we'll have a final exam, which will include everything throughout the semester. So even the material after week 10, which will be primarily work, energy, power. And we do our final exam on Wednesday of finals week. I'll have more information about the exams as we go along, and I'll give you more of the nature of the format of exams during the semester. All right, so a little bit more on getting involved. I strongly encourage you to pay attention to any research that's being done in any laboratory within the department or maybe elsewhere related to human movement. And you can get involved by sometimes being a subject. You know, you'll listen to my introduction, and I talk about how I found my career path, and what that all started with just simply being a subject in a study, and that unfolded in front of me the academic path and career that I really wanted to get involved in. You can also provide support to a experiment. You can watch an experiment. These are things that you do need to schedule, and you can't just show up. And there are some regulations that we have for some of our studies. But by getting involved with research, you start to see how we use biomechanics to trying to understand the answer to some question that we're asking. And so when you start trying to apply the material from lecture to real world problems, it starts to become interesting, I think, and helps you learn the material even more than what we do through lecture. And we've got some really interesting research projects that will be going on during the fall semester, including running with body weight support, maybe looking at some cooling products for endurance events. Maybe we'll have some projects going on regarding recovery from exercise. So we have a wide variety of things that we're doing. You can serve as race support volunteer, shadow a personal trainer, participate in a race, like the UNLV Biomechanics Facebook page. It's not a very active page right now, but I do post interviews that I do with alumni on that page. How much of your grade will be getting involved? 0%. So this is something that you will do on your own, and hopefully that is helpful. Grading, that's the general grade breakdown. Remember, Canvas simply adds up the points, and it does not give a weighted grade. So keep in mind the weighting of the exams, the laboratory, and assignments and final exam. Really important, and I probably should have put this in red, but this is really important, is to schedule your time. For lecture, you want to allocate 6 to 9 hours per week to go through videos, attend remote meetings, and do readings. And remote meetings, I mean a regular scheduled Monday, Wednesday time. For the laboratory, you want to allocate another 1 to 2 hours. So you're looking, around 10 hours a week on average that you're spending on biomechanics. And I hope that as you do that, you start to enjoy the topic, and it will help you move forward towards your career path and academic goals. But do spend the time. I strongly encourage you to block out the meeting times on Monday, Wednesday in your schedule. And if we get done early, you can use that time to watch other videos. The video sessions that we will have are really about you coming in and asking questions, and then I try to answer those questions. I try to explain things from a different perspective, or give a little different insight on some concept that we're working on primarily for that week. So I do not have any specific lecture material planned for those sessions. They are really driven by you and the questions that you have. And I hope that you enjoy the material. And then the typical logistic information for all courses is presented there. Okay, I hope that is helpful to at least give you a sense of the logistics of the class. And big thing is schedule your time, keep up with the videos, keep up with the readings, go to lab, and before you know it, the end of the semester will be here. Okay, thanks so much.